Hi, welcome back to the Geeks. We created a 9-part series to help you get in and get ahead in government. This week, we're going to talk about writing for the future. So what's this whole concept about anyways? Okay, when you're writing your resume, it's about targeting the position that you are applying to, not necessarily just spending your time saying everything that you did. What you want to be able to do is to demonstrate the experiences that you've had connect directly with the position that you're applying for. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down into 3 easy and fun-filled steps. The first one, how does your experience demonstrate future competency? Okay, take a second and think through. What is it that you're applying to do? If you were to look at the job announcement, if you were to look at the duties and the descriptions about what the work is, you should be able to demonstrate that you have the skills necessary to do that job. So say you are applying for a promotion or something that is the next step or the higher level. Well, how can a person determine if you have the qualifications necessary to do the job in that position? You have to demonstrate what those competencies are. So one of the best things to do is to know exactly what is going to be expected of you in the position, again by looking at the job duties or understanding the role of the organization. And then from there, looking backwards at all of your positions and asking yourself, okay, when have I done these things? How many years of experience do you have in this area? So this way, when you're writing your resume or when you're sitting in the interview, you can say, I've had 10 years of experience doing program analysis or whatever the subject area is. That is real quality because you're not just saying, yeah, I did all of this other stuff, but I think I'm going to try out and do this other one. No, you're showing that you have the qualifications and the expertise necessary to do that type of work. Okay, next strategy is write to the next grade levels. So in government, we have different grade levels. It starts off at a GS1 and goes all the way through a GS15. Then of course you have the senior executive service, and then you have some other areas in government that do pay banding and such things. But for the most part, there's a GS1 through a GS15. So say you're getting out of college and you're at a GS5, but you're now applying for a GS7. Or if you're a seasoned employee and you've been working a little while and you're now a GS9 or an 11 and you're applying to a 12 or a 13. Or of course, also, if you are an executive and you've been a GS14 or 15 for some years, and now you're applying for the senior executive service. The concept is exactly the same, right to the next grade levels. You want to be able to show that you have the competencies and the skill sets to do that work. So for instance, if you are in a non-supervisory position, what are the characteristics of a supervisor that you need to have to demonstrate that you have that type of experience to really do the work at that level, right to that level. It's not just about writing about what you've done or looking backwards and saying, well, maybe it kind of applies. Help the individuals who are doing the evaluations of the resumes or the selecting officials that are actually making the hiring decision, help them understand that you are the most qualified person for this. And lastly, number 3, for writing for the future, show them that you can play at that next level. So it's not just about like, okay, well, I think I can do the work or I have some experiences. Well, really demonstrate that you have the qualifications and the competencies to do that type of work. And also demonstrate that you understand what those requirements are. When you're sitting down for an interview, for instance, you shouldn't be sitting there giving like a performance review. Well, here's what I did this past year and here's why I think I'm qualified to get this high level rating. Rather, you should be saying, here is what I've been able to do and accomplish that is above what I am performing at right now, or above what is required for me in this job level right now. If you show them that you have the qualifications and the expertise, then it's a whole lot easier to determine if you are qualified for the position. If all you're doing is going about demonstrating that you've already done lower level stuff, and that's all that you can do, why would they assume that you can do that next level work? Make sure you are writing for the future. There you go. So thank you so much for joining us. Today we talked about writing for the future to help improve your resume. 3 things here with that. Number 1, how does your experience demonstrate future competency? Number 2, write to the next grade level. And then lastly, number 3, show them that you can play at that next level, that you know exactly what to do, how to get things done because you've done it before. Really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.